Presidential Essentials with Bruce and Gaydos. KTAR News, 92.3 FM.
All right, only the need-to-know stuff about the 2024 presidential race. Yeah. Bruce, we've got a list of things. I'm going to call an audible here and move one up. Omaha. I like it. Okay. So
I'm going to try to follow you.
Today, we found out that, Kamala Harris hasn't spoken to the media, hasn't done a press conference. She's done a lot of rah-rah events.
Yeah.
She did her DNC.
Campaign speeches.
Yeah, and her campaign speeches, I'll be the first to say, she's really good at them. And she's got people excited. And you know what? Good for her. But she hasn't done an interview. She hasn't done a sit-down interview
with a journalist.
Yeah. Right. So she's finally going to do one.
Yeah.
And it's on CNN.
And it's this Thursday.
And why is she bringing her vice president? Can she not do it by herself?
He's her emotional support
That's my issue. And I got to tell you, because that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on CNN that's going to be quite friendly to me, or think they're going to be quite friendly to me.
Okay.
I'm going to do my first interview, but I'm also going to bring my emotional support vice president. You can't do an interview all by yourself?
So you think it weakens her? I don't disagree. It's kind of not what she said. She said she would sit down for an interview, and then she's like, "Yeah, but can I bring? Bring them with?
Do we have the things? What do we put? Becky Lane knows this. What do we put around the kids? The water wing things when we put them in the
floaties.
Yeah. What do we call those?
Water wings, floaties.
Yeah. What you put it on your arms?
Water wings. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what she needs? Because I'm sorry, I think she's a smart woman. I think she's a much better candidate than Joe Biden. I think she's been electric. Doesn't mean that I agree with any of her policies. But my goodness, can we take the training wheels off? You're a presidential candidate, and you need your whoopee to. You got to bring your whoopee.
I brought the whoopee.
You got to bring your whoopee to CNN to do an interview. Leave your vice president
Coach
at home.
The whoopee.
I got to bring my coach, the VP.
All right.
Do the interview by yourself.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to find out kind of the tone and tenor of it, I guess, on Thursday. And it'll either, well, listen, it's not going to satisfy one side. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing that'll satisfy them. But will it placate people long enough that she needs to sit down? Or will people say, she's going to sit down without him next time?
You think?
Yeah.
Is she also going to bring him to the debate and stand him up on stage with her?
I don't know. Like her muscle?
Come
standing behind her?
I mean, goodness gracious. All right, presidential essentials. Only the need-to-know stuff about the 2024 race. All right. Arizona poll numbers.
Yeah. We got some new numbers in from Noble Predictive Insights that are positive for Trump. They have him up 47 to 44.
Not a big fan of this poll.
Why?
Because they're not right most of the time.
Okay.
They're not right most of the time. So we can go all the way back to McSally and Sinema and so you could take this with a grain of salt.
So
I think it's much closer.
I added it in, and I'm looking at, again, I use a website called Real Clear Politics.
Good.
And they do an average of the polls. So they've got the Noble poll, the Rasmussen poll, the New York Times poll, Trafalgar, Cook Political. They got them all. And right now, the average of the polls has Trump up 0.5.
It's really amazing because he was
up by half a point.
By a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly with Biden.
Yeah.
Certainly with Biden.
So they have it at 47.3 to 46.8. So, I mean, that's a statistical tie, let's be honest.
So when you look at the poll that, the plus 3 Trump, maybe it's true. I don't know.
Yeah. Still within the margin of error.
So what does it mean to you? Like, does it mean that since Harris is in the race, you've got some Democrats who at one point were undecided and now they're leaning her way? Is it, or is it, now that the third party candidate is out?
Well, see, I think we haven't factored in for that. I don't think it's all shook it out, because I think you have the combination of Kennedy getting out and not being on the ballot in Arizona. You also have whatever post-convention bump or glow that comes out of it. It only ended on Thursday, right? So I don't know if that's going to be reflected in a poll immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know exactly where it is right now. Yeah. But Arizona's going to be a nail biter.
And it wasn't before. When Biden was in the race,
Well, none of the battleground states were.
This battleground state was not a battleground
it wasn't
state.
even close.
I don't remember what it was. Do you? It was 7 or 8?
It was Trump was over 5 at one point. Yeah.
There were people that were like, no, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. And now Harris has come along and they're like, maybe.
Well, pay attention. Some states have come back into play. Other states have gone farther away.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.